Yo, what's Bryce? Sorry, I was chatting with the roommate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, let's go. Oh, that's so exciting. Heck yeah. Doing some drawing. I saw you posted. However, it was at a bit of an angle. I couldn't see much, but it did look quite cool. Speaking of cool, it is now time for stream. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Guys, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be honest. We're honest on this stream, except for when I'm lying. I'm tired. You're fine. You're fine. But yeah, I'm tired. It is officially Hell Week. Like last week, it's the like leading up to it, right? Only like one all nighter or whatever. But this week's gonna be rough. Tonight's gonna be all night. Um, I okay. When I say all nighter, I get like 2 hours. Like I have a sleep. I have a nap, right? Um, but yeah, it's gonna be a really rough week. So hey, what's up, random guy? Welcome back. It's been a second. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh geez, that's not the right timer. Look at that. Yeah, the next stream will happen in that time. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm streaming tomorrow, because I have an exam on Tuesday. I typically don't like to stream before exams. But this week's gonna be crazy. We'll see. But yeah, just so warning you guys, this will be a bumpy week. There will be many a late night. My drawings may suffer because of that. That's just how life is. You have an exam. What is 2 exams effectively, and then oh my gosh. Yeah, I have what is effectively 2 exams and a final project. The final project. The final project I've been working on practically every day, and definitely every week for the past since semester started. It's my malware one, where we all make antiviruses and viruses and pit them against each other. It's competitively graded and it's due on Friday. And man, this is nerve-wracking, right? It's the first competitively graded class I've been a part of. So it's gonna be a challenge, right? It's literally called the challenge, um, which is like ominous. But yeah, we're gonna try our best. I've been trying my best. Thank you guys, thank you. But for now, my favorite part of the day is drawing, and streaming is like second to that, but drawing definitely. I hope all of you are having a good day. Once again, I'm super hyped that you get the keys to your new house, Rise. That's gonna be awesome. And I'm glad to see Random Guy here. Welcome back. We are whatever day in of Form Intersections. Also, I chose not to meal prep so I could have more time to work on stuff today. So this week I don't have any food planned, but I did stock up on soup and rice. So to get my protein in, I'll just take protein powder, and then the rest of my meals are gonna be soup and rice. What's up? What's up, Bear? Yo, he was out of town. Oh, huge. I hope you had a fun trip, if it was a trip. Did search some intersections. They were not too bad, but a lot of time. Yep, they take a lot of thinking. A lot of doing. How's it going, Bear? Visiting your friend? Heck yeah. Well, I hope you two had a great time. Protein powder as sole protein is very interesting. Well, like I'm not gonna get like protein from any like my usual chicken. I mean, at my breakfast, I'm gonna make my breakfast tacos or like sandwich or whatever I choose to do with like the eggs, and I've switched to turkey bacon because it's practically half the calories and the same amount of protein and less sodium, and like the flavor isn't that. I mean, it's different, but it's not bad. I did overcook it today. My weekend, Just homework, just studying and homework. So nothing cool. I'm itching so. I've never had such a force in my life towards something, and that something is drawing. I've been itching. I've been literally like, I've been shaking. No, I'm kidding. That's called determinate now. I need to gamble. I've been like wanting to draw so bad. Every single day I think about it, every single moment. Like literally every 5-minute interval I have one thought. Like a thought of drawing. Of things I want to draw and do. I know it's purely my escapism speaking, but yeah, and I know it's a product of my anxieties about exams. That's it. Like, I would love to believe that every day of my life I have the same compulsions to draw, but let's be honest, no, right? As much as I love drawing and I love art, I'm thinking about it so frequently just as a coping mechanism for exams. Hey, if I could, channel that and then act on it, it would be nice. But I know for a fact if I did pick up the pen, I would need to do a lot of work to actually ground myself and draw for the sake of drawing. Because right now my mentality, once again, is, oh, well, if I'm not studying for exams, I'll draw. And surely if I draw, it'll be a pleasurable experience. Or like a fun, right? Because it could be pleasurable and not be fun. But no, like, I found that every time I try drawing as escapism without like grounding myself and actually getting into it, oh my god, it goes terribly. Unless it's like a super low stakes doodle, which I do those quite a bit. Yeah. I've seen it when I first started going to the gym. There would be days where like, I want to go to the gym so bad, and then I go and like I overexert myself and I just do not have a good time. I'd say the days I didn't want to go to the gym and I chose to, I felt better than the days I was like, I want to go to the gym, blah, 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 and then like I overexert myself. Drawing is your weed? I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't really doodle much anymore, but I do find greater motivation in drawing other people's ideas. Interesting. I'd highly recommend doodling. Like that is really pushed my brain both creatively and I don't know, technically, I've been forced to apply things to do certain stuff, and so it just like normalizes the exercises we've done in Drawbox or stuff like that. Not telling you off, but like doing my little silly, like I have a board right behind me. It's like a cardboard thing that I've pinned to the wall. I put sticky notes of like gravel drawings or little doodles I do throughout the day. And they look silly, and I probably have to explain it to people if people ever came into my room, but mine is telling some scenes I wrote and seeing others reacting to it. Interesting. Yeah, man, doodles have really saved the semester. Those have made me feel a lot better. Especially on sticky notes, because sticky notes are so ephemeral. They're just like one and done. Don't mean much. So those really embody that spirit of play. I want to I've been thinking about this. I thought about this for like however many days since I've mentioned it, and I've been forgetting to bring it up on stream. I want to push back on my idea of learning to love things. I don't know why. I don't know why I want to push back on it, but I just feel like it's not the correct answer. My whole thing was like, you can, things will not be inherently pleasurable, and you're gonna have to learn to love things, which is true in some regards, but because like there comes a point when anyone goes into any profession, and like when you learn the technicalities of it, there will be some pushback, right? Because those things are inherently difficult. Those things have been abstracted from you until you've gotten to that point, and so just by virtue of now pursuing, like greater accolade, difficulty, it's going to be hard, and you may not like it. So it's true in some sense that you have to learn to love things in some regard, but I don't know. I want to put less of an emphasis on that. Because like, what if something is like totally something you don't ever want to do? Like for me, baseball. Actually, no, I would like baseball. Football. I would never be built or ready for football. Or basketball. Man, I suck at basketball. Like I could maybe learn to love it, maybe, but like, ugh. trying to find a purpose of something. Could you elaborate on that? Because yeah, what I pick up from what you said is like trying to justify it, right? Because yeah, it would then be like very hard to justify some things. Oh goodness, ooh, it would be very hard to justify me playing basketball because I'm short, right? And I'm not like very competitive, and yeah, like there you go. And I'd find more fun out of baseball than oof. Many find satisfaction to the things they're good at, even if it's not necessarily being fun being good at something. Hmm. I learned to hate. My initial reaction, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna be I was gonna be a hater. I was gonna be like, I learned to hate, man. No, I'm trolling though. I don't know, cause like it's so easy to hate on things or to be like, oh, that's too hard. Close the book. Like learning to love is tough because you have to find it in your heart to like, man, this sucks. There it was so easy to critique this than find things that I love about it, right? I don't know what learning to love entails, but like a naive initial definition, like a knee-jerk reaction would be to say like learning to love is um like pushing away the resistances you to have to something, right? But that makes it sound like we inherently love everything and we just have like implicit biases that push us away from them. So in the end, like we could love anything. I don't know though. If you put most of your time into find the why of something you love, then it feels like a false narrative you put onto yourself to feel like that's what to strive for. Oh, interesting. So like you could love things like maybe loving things is this nebulous, maybe attainable, maybe unattainable thing, and it's much easier to like create this false narrative to follow rather than this fuller, like rather than truly knowing what it is. So we're when we try to do that, we'll often land in just making false narratives and chasing ducks or geese or whatever it is. I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say we're doing the nature of man type beat. Just do we have the capacity to love all things? The guy in the front? Because like I'm a humanist, so I'd like to believe uh anyone can love anything given enough time. Suppose, right? That may not be true, but like suppose that. Then sure, right? It's possible to like if you've never loved or found art feasible, you've always wanted to play basketball, then you could maybe learn art and learn to love it. But I do like what Bear said because Bear's is like a good heuristic or like a proxy, right? Because like it's an argument that says, so what if we actually love things or not? If we search too hard, we could lead ourselves astray. So why not just when we notice we love things, hold on to those. Don't deny or scrutinize that much. Yeah, there's some health, right? Picking your art parents, right? Why do I love this thing? Why does it call out to me? Learning phase is the hardest part. I think you should define learning because like is learning being told something and reading it, or is it like the execution and application of a thing until it's to some acceptable quality that you deem, which is completely relative, right? Like, when have I learned to draw a box? Is it when Uncomfortable told me to do the Y method and make each line converge to it? Is it when I've made my first one where each of the convergences are within an acceptable range? Or is it this, like, I need to obtain a perfection, right? So, this whole argument spawned because we were trying to address what do you do when the thing you love gets hard and you have trouble doing it. And I'm trying to combine like Ursa with like bear and like philosophy for like bear's philosophy because I'm a nerd. It's hard to determine the true motive. Yeah, okay. So yeah, when the things get hard, how can we apply bear's philosophy, which I really like, to it? Which I'm not sure if it's applicable. Because it doesn't make any like attempt at saying you should or shouldn't love things, or you should strive or not strive to love things. It just says trying to apply a reason may not be the best bet. So maybe when things get hard, we should look to the reasons why we started. And rather than say we should continue or we shouldn't continue, we should love or we shouldn't love it, we should ask, is it worth loving? Let's say intersections. Let's say I hated them so much. And I was like, well, what do I love about art? Well, I love drawing figures. I love it. I love creature design. I love robots. Well, we'll form intersections. Put me on the path. And for robots, definitely. And in some ways, the figure drawing. So I should pursue it. And I believe you can learn to love things, right? You can find an implicit joy in it. No, you're not spreading any negative aura. No bad vibes. We're just kind of like tossing around ideas. I don't think there's any right or wrong here. Don't let the fact that I have a microphone and this is my stream, which sounds counterintuitive, be like the definitive source of what's true and right here. I am an art baby. I'm just trying to figure things out. Ultimately, you decide. How you do art. I was always raised as like a eat your veggies person. It doesn't matter if it tastes bad. You gotta do it. And so to me, when difficulty arises, and I never asked why when I was younger, right? You could ask why, and your parents will be like, "Oh, it'll make you healthy." Like, fine, I'll do it because it makes me healthy. And in art, when things get tough, I mean, that's my response to when things. But like, people may not have the time I have or the patience, or and I wouldn't even call what I have patience, but more so like blind trust in the things that my instructors tell me to do. Because like for many people, going to lesson 5 is all they want, and that's totally valid, right? For their artistic path, they may not need or want lesson 5, and that's a legitimate thing. Wisdom. I try to think, and then like my brain hurts, and I stop thinking. And dude, it's so nice to stop thinking. My lobotomy is scheduled for next Thursday. In my head, I was like, I want a lobotomy pill. Like a pill that you could take and it simulates a lobotomy, and then you can like decide if you want an actual lobotomy or not. But then I realized like I could just smoke weed, and that'd probably be good enough to some degree. That's just the natural conclusion of art philosophy, I think. It's like, okay, I'm done. Let's get a lobotomy. You know, Christ. Yeah, we're wrapped up here. My hand's all shaky for no reason. Oh, okay. I consider this a decent warm up. Oh, okay, decent enough to return to intersections, which is actually gonna make my head hurt even more, dude. I should have. I was doing homework up until stream, but I should have taken like a 20-minute break, like a decompression, like stop thinking about things. Kurzgesagt uploaded a really good video on possible side effects of smoking weed. Oh yeah, no, I've watched all of their weed videos. I found them quite interesting. Shout out Kurzgesagt. I like their colors. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna go into BRB. Did I ever start the warm up timer? See, that's what weed does to you guys. I'm kidding. Yeah, we're gonna go into BRB. 2 minutes of ads. You know the deal. If you're drawing or chilling or whatever, this is a good opportunity to be like to do what I didn't and take a break, decompress for a second, get some water, all that good stuff. We're gonna come back and continue working on our second page of form intersections. So be right back, guys. I just dropped my water bottle and hit the tripod for my camera, so hopefully it didn't mess everything up. Dude, I set up Automon now to get rid of the bots. I love it. It's good stuff. Man, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna give it 5 seconds actually to wait for ads to officially be over. I'm actually not sure who's even here, but anyways, welcome back, guys, if you are back. I love it when people do anatomy for fantasy creatures. It is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. What's up, Bryce? Okay, cool. And you can hear me rant about this. Like, it's fake, right? But I don't know. It says so much. It does so much. I'm seeing this one for like this horse person race thing, and like they went to like the musculoskeletal and like internal like organs and stuff, which is so extra, but I love it a ton. It's so cool. Nice. Okay, so I spent that whole BRB not doing anything productive. I didn't get up my my intersections. My goal for this stream, I didn't even pull out the right page. My goal for this stream isn't just intersections, but to like focus on the page and not the world around me. Like I like literally as I was like talking right now before I said this goal, I was thinking about like, oh, well, I'm just having to like work for school, do schoolwork in an hour. And what's the point? No, what's the? I'm drawing right now, man. So yeah, that's a goal. Let's get started. So yeah, we did some great work thinking about the cylinder to sphere intersection over here. The execution was poor. Who cares? But other than that, we did a pretty good job. And with this cone, I'm happy. The cone could be like more projected to the side, but we'll live. So now we have some more intersections to consider. We could do plane to plane, which actually wouldn't be too bad. I'd be quite happy with that. Oh, what's up, monkey? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. And let's see. Put it into a unique position here because this plane. So remember, guys, the rule is you can only have an intersection line or like a contour intersection line on the silhouette overlap, where the two silhouettes overlap. Or I guess you could say profiles. The two profiles of an object overlap, right? So this plane to this plane, this top plane of the box to this side plane of the box, the intersection line can only exist here, which is a really small area, and it's inconvenient. But meanwhile, like this area, this plane, and this side plane, lots of room. Doing well? Good to hear. Doing swell, I should say. But yeah, so that makes our lives a lot more difficult, is how little room we have to work with here. Or not difficult, but, you know, I'd rather tons of room for intersections. That's kind of like my whole thing with the animals, drawing the animals. But I digress. We just got to decide the point. I want to put it strategically so I can get, you know, biggest bang for my buck. And what I'm thinking of is having like a line down here. And this aims forward. So the closest point, actually, maybe this is a technique we can do in the video for this, the lesson 6 video that will happen in 5 years. Is always think about the point of the object that's closest to you. I did that with the cylinders, and I talked about it on the last page. And technically speaking, this is like the closest, most furthest point, so. Tell him how much I draw, and he thinks I believe he's crazy. I read that completely wrong, but I got the message. I was just trying to reread. Oh man, I'm an idiot. But wow, why do you think you're crazy? Also, we have a tangent line here that I want to avoid. Or a potential. So yeah, if this goes forward, it's on this surface and this. We'll look at that. That's a almost excellent. Oh, stretch. We'll do that in a second once we're done with this intersection. Let's see, shoot that forward here. Starting to see it now. Thankfully, plane-to-plane intersections are much easier on my brain. Cool. Thank you very much, monkey. Let's see. I feel like I had this notion when I was first doing intersections of the dominant form, which is like, I don't know. Because the intersection line runs smoothly on both surfaces. That's the rule. But I always feel like there's one form. Because like this plane is really flat, which means it's highly foreshortened over here. Or like, you know, more foreshortened, right? No, not necessarily. In fact, yeah, we want our lines to be more parallel with this, right? Any line on that surface that's traveling in that direction. I don't know, that doesn't necessarily mean that this line needs to travel like that, though. In fact, yeah, it doesn't have to go to any VP. Kind of like the rule. It just has to make sense, though. it doesn't have to converge. Well, no, if it's a line that exists on both surfaces, no. It doesn't have to converge, but it does have to stay within that zone that we talked about when making this, which means it's a line that's feasible on top of it. Let's look at it from another angle. That always is quite helpful. I'm trying to avoid doing the imagining it in my head, because if people, I'm not saying this in a mean way, but if people with aphantasia could do this, then I want that skill, right? I'm not saying like thinking of it in my head is cheating, but you know, like it's awfully convenient. So that means whatever skill people with aphantasia are developing, that'd be a mighty useful one for me to have, right? Why would it follow? It would only go to the same VP if this box shared the same VP. Right? You're cool. You're cool. No need to. Lurking's definitely cool on this channel. No need to worry about that. I'm starting to see it. If we do it from here to here, what's going to go? What's going to happen? It feels off, but I'm going to let it be for now. And this implies that this box, this entire corner goes into the box, so we wouldn't have any intersection lines over here. And I don't quite like that. I would actually rather it go like this. Can we have that, please? Well, if it does this, that means it's going to curve right here. That's going to be a very hard intersection to do. Let's do that. Nope. I close my eyes to start trying to think about this. No. We're doing this raw. Because one point... Okay. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. The relationship between the two objects isn't fully concrete until a line is drawn, right? Oh, heck yeah, man. I'm excited. I've seen the little tidbits of information they post every once in a while. It's kind of nice, too, because like now that I don't play video games at all during college, when I come back, there's typically something, right? Sadly, I probably won't be playing much video games. I may try out Arc Raiders over the winter break, but I don't have much time. And I would like to pretend that I'm going to work on the videos a ton during winter break, but I only have 10 days. And I'd rather spend those 10 days drawing and being with my family. Hot take, guys, I'm sorry. You guys don't pay the Patreon enough for me to worry about that too much. But yeah, what does it mean now? Because like we have a line. Does that mean a plane is established? Well, we're hopping. Oh, yeah. That's weird. We have two planes. I need to stop treating as one box, but multiple planes. Yuck. Spending time with family and doing hobbies that matter more. Yui. Sorry. You said ooey gooey the other day. It's been stuck in my head, Bear. Screw you. Oh my gosh. That was mean. I'm sorry. Ooey gooey. But yeah, that's probably gonna be the plan. I'll definitely like look at it. And I mean, next semester, I'm praying to God, everybody, I need you to actually like channel your energy right now. If any of you are witches or warlocks or whatever, please, like do a spell. My class registrations this week, if I get a professor or there's two professors I want. If I get either of them, I will be able to do a lot of YouTube stuff next semester because I'll only have 3 classes and one of them's really easy. It's a stupid Germa-stim when he talked about a sandwich. I forgot which one. I know like generally what you're talking about, but I can't remember either. Was it the mayo? No, I can't remember. I can hear him saying it in my head. Anyways, like I need you guys to channel your energy right now. If that stuff exists, please like channel your energy into good luck for me this week. I don't care for my exams. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but like put your energy into the class registration than the exams. Okay, guys? And like, I'll let you guys know if it works. I don't think I can like compensate you guys. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to the Etsy witches. Thank God. We need an army. So, yeah. Here's the issue. We have a plane-to-plane intersection, and we establish that these two planes are intersecting. Ideally, right, we know that this point on this plane intersects, and we could draw whatever line we want. But no, because these two planes have a relationship such that they're orthogonal. Yeah, technically. They'll cast a spell for you. It better be a good spell. What spells can you order? You get like a bundle. Is there a humble bundle for spells, please? But anyways, yeah, and I don't know how to mentally do such a relationship in my head. Do I? I kind of. I'm trying to go through like what I know, what Cal 3 I know. Like, it's Cal 3 in linear algebra and like a little bit of analytical geometry. I could apply right here to help me like do this. So like we've what the hell? I'm just trying to like think about it, but I can't because I'm not that smart. Okay, we're gonna do the technique infinitely large plane. We make this plane infinitely large. What's gonna happen? We've established there exists a line, and we'll project this planar intersection into just the line that intersects. Okay, I'm using my mental, like I'm thinking about the images. I'm sorry, people with aphantasia. I'm not as strong as you. Okay, infinitely large plane. We project the line of intersection. It won't be 90 degrees, and when projected onto the infinitely large plane. Will it? No. Nope. Maybe I should think of this as in terms of taking slices of things. Because if you take a slice of any corner of a box, will it be always 90 degrees? No. If you project it. I'm confused. I look at me saying plane-plane intersections are easy. Actually, well, plane-plane intersections are. Box-plane intersections are freaking tough. You're telling me those planes be related and shit? That's stupid. What the hell? What the hell? I don't want to do just intuition for this. Intuition Andy over here. No. I don't think we can draw any line from here to here. Because these two planes are now related by that one point. And so there only exists one line. So this point isn't right. Small-time artist on YouTube. I found my favorite one, though. He's an art teacher. He does, like, daily comic panels. That's sick. I like that. See, like, as much as I like Twitch for being a viewer, as a creator on Twitch, they have very low discoverability. I feel like YouTube does discoverability much better. And I wish Twitch... And then again, like subscription and follower culture on Twitch is much different than YouTube. YouTube, it's very easy to get subscribers, and Twitch, it's very hard to get followers. But that may just be because of discoverability rather than a different culture. They're not talking about like Twitch subs where you pay money. I'm talking about followers versus Twitch, YouTube subscribers. So you pay nothing for both of those. Will this line inherently go to the VP? No. It won't. But the fact that we've put down a singular line or dot. Oh wait, no, that doesn't. It could be any line because within a range, right? Because we haven't established how big either of these are relative to each other. We just say they intersect at a point. Once we establish a line, we lock in how big they are relative to each other, their scale. YouTube takes more of your money, though, true? What money? But true. Yeah, I do think it's easier to like be monetized and make money on Twitch starting out. I'm not sure about the big boy leagues because I don't know. It's definitely not my league. So now we have to ask, is the line that I'm about to draw within the range of acceptable intersections? Sure, why not? I don't know. I'm not a boxologist. Get uncomfortable in here. Make him do this. Make him a test for these sins that are being cast upon this page. Why did I choose this? This is so difficult. I can kind of see it going. Like, what is the plane encapsulated? Squidward. Dude, I'm tweaking. I have no idea. Okay, that's one definition I could use. So this top plane's being like subducted isn't the right word, but like consumed. It's like inside of the other box, right? What does that tell me? I don't know. I felt like that was important to say though, because like looking at it from this direction, I can kind of suss out the intersection that I want. Let's use a heuristic, I guess. This plane is much, these are running very orthogonal, like there's a 90-degree angle. Meanwhile, this one, it's like towards us and under, but it's still kind of doing the same thing it's going over there. So I can just see it running like this. That feels a bit too high though. Let's commit to this line. Don't worry, guys. It only took me 19 minutes to come up with a line. That's a new record. I'd rather be doing this than schoolwork. And that's not sarcasm. I'm being completely honest. Okay, so now we have an intersection. I'm going to thicken it, which I know I shouldn't, but just so my brain can help parse that. Something's wrong. I don't like it. Something's telling me no. What do you know, brain? You're not even that smart, dude. Oof. Ooey gooey. Like, I'm getting the vibe that it should go like this now. Let's see. Oh, okay, this could be a fun thought experiment. We take this box and it's already kind of like, lower degree, kind of like facing us. And what if we continue tilting it away from us? What's going to happen to this line? This line's going to get steeper. It's going to start going like a creaky door. And this one's like, and it's going to, oh. This is what XQC feels like all the time. Because as this plane gets taller, the intersection range is going to increase, right? They're overlapping more. Holy crap. Part of me was like, intersections? I've handled those before. I don't need to do this lesson that much. No. Let this be a big lesson of lesson 6. I could learn something from superimposed lines. I'm never done with any of these exercises. I feel better about this line. I just hate having to rely on intuition here and having no great basis for and part of me is like, oh well, just get closer to the VP, right? Because like this line was very far, it like intersects right here, but this one's really close. But we're not. This line isn't inherently going to the VP. In fact, it would make less sense if it was. Would it? Because this one's very far off from this VP over here. Okay, let's think ahead. Some 3D, 4D chess, 5D chess. What was the game on Steam called? So we intersect here, supposedly. Where does this line happen? Well, this box is continuously moving away from us. And I almost predict something like this, and then it goes like this. Which seems like sacrilege, but I don't know. It feels kind of correct. Because we've reached a point here where this part is sinking. So it's almost going to move like this to follow the trail of where it doesn't sink, and then it's going to move in again. Because we've established kind of right here is the closest the box is to this plane. Or if we infinitely elongated this line, we made this line infinitely long. I don't know. That's where all points on this line or on this plane meet that point. Look at all the shapes. I know, right? Well, also, welcome back. Good to see you, Blue Raz. Lots of shapes, lots of brain pain. Lots of thinking. Hope you're doing well. Because, yeah, looking at this way really verifies my intuition. Let's see, if we extend it, it's right here. That means, yeah, it's going to go this way. And then at a certain point, why would it go flat? Why would it go flat? Oh, because it's no longer intersecting. Kind of like over here. It's just no longer there. I'm doing amazing good ice cream. What kind of ice cream? This is a very important question. It's gonna chase it like this, and then just be done. Holy crap, who knew box intersections were this bad? Oh. Why would it end? Why would it do that? Because yeah, if the whole form goes like this. Cookies and cream? Oh, heck yeah. And it tastes even better that you didn't buy it. Cookies and cream is my favorite. You cannot go wrong. I know I shouldn't be instantly doubling up on lines, but this is just necessary for my brain, my brainule. Eh. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. This is weird. I'm like there's no reason every line should be convergent. There's none. There's none. And so because like my brain's telling me, oh, that needs to like go this way. Does it though? Like, does it? All that needs to happen is this shape needs to form a right angle in space. Stop while my head. Oh no, we need to complete the assignment. We've been instructed to do this to the best of our ability. We're not here for pretty pictures. We're here to explore and learn. If I stopped while I was ahead in school, I would have stopped in like 6th grade. Right? Sadly, we'll never move if we don't challenge ourselves. Aye. Man. I don't know. Okay, let's draw what I'm thinking about. Here is another Cav theory. Oh god, I said the thing. We have a plane. And then we're going to have, you guessed it, another plane. Being somewhat methodical. Okay, we have 2 planes. Theory. How did I start that plane? I started by saying arbitrary point on one of the planes. Can we draw any line we want and it'll still make sense? As an intersection line. Because right now, sure, they occupy, this point means that at some point in space, they occupy, like they share a point, right? Which means, because they're planes, they ought to share a line. But we don't know their scale. So I'm going to draw, I'm thinking out loud. So now we're going to draw, there goes my pen. Multiple lines. Could any three of these lines exist, or is there a correct one? Because like the green one is what I think I would put down intuitively, and the red one is a very strange case. But honestly, they feel like they could all fit, right? If I cover one, oh yeah, that makes sense. If I cover another one, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So, okay, my working theory. Because a line is just 2 points, right? So long as there exist 2 points, a line can go through them. So if we have another plane, that's, I'm going to do this with, we'll do this third plane with the, this. And I drew this specifically so I could do another box here. Very. Oh, dang it. I have the Vinny bap stuck in my head. Brick. Need to listen to that later. I smeared it. Dang it. So now we have a box. Like, by virtue of box, it's not a good box. What? Is that a Vinny reference? Just any of the times he said what? So yeah, we assume that 2 planes of a box are, I guess, like the normal of any point on a plane is orthogonal to the normal of the point on any other. Except for the boop bop. Ah, I gotcha. I'm a fake fan, man. I don't know that video like that. I just know that it happens a couple times. Man, I'm hungry. So, we now know that purple plane, this is purple plane, P, purple plane. This makes me look like I got a stroke. I knew, because like Vinny's catchphrase is what? I know that's a bold claim, but I'd say it's true. The quick what? I can't even do it, but yeah. Anyways, so we know that the point on plane P, purple. That's not purple. Damn. It's kind of looking purple. It's Urple. This is Urple. It's not a really good choice for a color on stream though, isn't it? Then again, like all my colors are whack because I don't know how to do cameras and my lighting sucks. So, man, we've spent so much time on this. I don't care. So, we know that this plane has a point on it that is shared with this plane. So, by definition of this, sure, we could be like, oh yeah, any single line could be an intersection line. I'll believe the Urple is there. Thank you. Yeah, suspend your disbelief for but a moment. So yeah, we could technically draw any line we want. Kolu, calm the hell down. Jesus. You done? That was loud. That was not necessary. Hey. It's like excessive. Anyways, I'm so thankful I have a volume adjuster on my headphones. Because these two planes are orthogonal. Is that the automatopoeia you want to use? Bear, is that the one you're gonna go with? Oh, but yeah, let's look at the green intersection, right? It can't just go anywhere because these are related in space. So I'd like wager. This is a heuristic. Test. It's the only one that fits. I think a wa. Nah. Bois, maybe? Bois? Are all of these 90 degrees? That'd be weird. That'd be weird. That's I don't like that. I really don't like that if that's true. What? Yo, Penguin. Oh my gosh. It's been a minute. What's up? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. We're struggling with intersections right now. Like heuristically, it makes sense that it'll. I need like a mathematician. Anybody know a mathematician? You know, like an analytical geometricist. This is where I wish I had my oh my gosh, my box tool up, my box tool thing that I made. In fact, I had a version that worked on just boxes because plane intersections are very easy to calculate. It was the Desmos. True. True. What the frick? I think we. Yeah, I think we just march forward. Ugh. I mean, hey, at least we're being ambitious. And this doesn't look as bad as I remember it, so. Yeah, so we've established that the intersection between this plane and this plane is over. And now it's the intersection between this plane and this plane. And we must obey the fact that this one's going deep into the page, and this one's going to the side. I don't know why, but like I think of it like that. I'm gonna keep calling it, like saying it like that. It's like how the gradient works in my head. Because like there's infinitely many points right there, and they're all going deep. If I look at it from right here, what's happening? I just realized I haven't like breathed in a couple seconds. Raya's got that stretch. I'm gonna do that stretch. I just realized like I was talking and not breathing. Give me a second. We're back. Somehow, some way. Don't worry though. I just heard a loud thud and then oh, did I not mute? Did I not mute? I kicked over my water bottle on accident. Oh, I need to look at the VOD. I need to look at the VOD for that. I'm pretty sure I muted. Maybe my mute was delayed. Oh, Christ. Streamer passes out after after holding his breath while talking about form intersections. Sometimes I think I'm like, we haven't done anything so bad on this stream that uncomfortable like sends a cease and desist. You think about it? Like I could have like misattributed the content so poorly. Oh, that would have been perfect then, man. I need to establish a more pranky tone on this channel because I feel like at this point people will just be concerned. Like with Jerma, he has like, let's say 10,000 viewers. We love Drawbox, we love Drawbox. I love Drawbox, Charlie. I'm not complaining that bit. You need to watch some Smiling Friends. I need to do something other than schoolwork. I also want eggs. I want a breakfast taco right now. I need a lot of things. So deep, and this going side. So in my head, they kind of make just a diagonal like this, like this, like this, like this. And that's what my intuition was telling me in the first place. All of these lines have legit been like, this is what my intuition tells me, and then I like spend 15 minutes talking about why it shouldn't be like that, and then I commit to it. But like, it seems correct. There's one part of me though that is telling me like, it should cut off randomly, which I don't know why. I don't know. That should never happen unless the box ends there. I just figured it out. Yay. So yeah, here, we're going to talk about what I just thought about, because once again, this could either help you guys or it'll help me in the future making these videos. That's right, guys. I watch through most of my streams when making the lesson videos at 2 times speed, most of the time skipping through. I feel like I have an authoritative source to say that my streams are boring. I'm not saying it to be a pick-me. I'm saying it legit because I have to sit through that. Without music. So, yeah. So what I was trying to do, my mistake, if you will. You're forgiven, thank you. I was going to go like this, right? You following? We're going to have an intersection that's going like this, which is good. And I was going to cut it off right here. Why cut it off? Well, my head was like, oh, well, the plane stops intersecting right there and all of it's deeper. But no, something's wrong with that. Because like, why would it randomly stop right here? And the rest would be in front. Why would it do this? And there's no good reason. Because this intersection line's already happening. If it was just like this, then there would be a line all the way across, wouldn't there? Right? Think about it, just the plain intersection. It would just be a line across. I'm having a lot of trust that this tracing paper doesn't bleed. Or it's going to be complete like this. Which I think it should be like that. There's one song where Colo just hits the horn for like 10 minutes. I think it's this one. Yeah, he's still going. Like Bear said earlier, you just hear a collapse, just foomp. Okay, it isn't. Breathe, Kolu. Breathe, please. But yeah, today was my first time ever making my own turkey bacon. I burnt that. How are you supposed to tell when the turkey bacon is cooked? Because, like, it barely changes. Also, I was a bit upset because, like, I'm used to bacon having, like, the bacon grease, so I cook my eggs and everything else in the bacon grease for the rest of the taco, and it's so good. But there's no... Yeah. Can there be one for breathing? There can't, because Mata's going to be like, Kavel, you have to breathe with the mic on. Or stuff like that. Man, I just didn't do it right. It was so chewy. Ooey gooey chewy. It was not done right this morning. I need to do it justice. Part of me is like, can I eat turkey bacon raw? I don't know why. Like, because it's not bacon, I could eat it raw. I don't know why my brain does that. I need to look on the packaging. Because I Googled it. I was like, hey, how long, like, or not how long should I cook it, but like, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. This may be a terrible take, but I don't like people telling me cook it for this long at medium heat. No, just tell me, like, cook it on medium heat until it turns this color. Time sucks. Everyone's stove is different. Let me be clear. Michelle, I need you. He's not, that's the Bernie. My fellow Americans, I need you. Straw form intersections. Why would it go sideways? Why would it go sideways? Why am I doing voices? I need to calm the hell down. Every time I say calm the hell down, I think of that horse picture, where it's just a low quality picture of a horse and it just says, you need to calm down. It's a good picture. I'm gonna bring this to my junior year linear algebra professor and be like, fix this. Pinterest is amazing. Pinterest, I had to turn off AI generate. It'll recommend you AI generated images, which W for them for allowing you to turn it off. In my opinion, turn it off in the first place, but I could understand how that could be contested. Because I kept getting ones that's like Tran Fiddler's art, and it looks normal from the thumbnail, and then I click on it, and it says AI generated, and like the hands are messed up. Or like the tail like turns into weird stuff. Yes, you can. You go into settings. I'm gonna do it right now. Or like again, I'm gonna go. Dude, Tran Fiddler is so freaking awesome. His bats, I love his bats. Anyways, sorry. You go into your settings, and then you go to refine your recommendations, and then the top right it says Gen AI interest. Turn that stuff off. Turn that off. Man, Tran, so great. Dude, I aspire. Sorry, I've been so Tran obsessed. I think part of it's also my coping mechanism for exams and stuff. You'll note that like when I started getting really into his art, or I mean, I've always been into it, but like really into it. And then like when exams started, yeah. I still need to send that email to him. I still need to look if he's like given his artistic like history out. That stuff is off. Get rid of it. Ew. But yeah, no, I kept getting Tran Fiddler's art. That was AI. I was like, no, I don't want that. Just give me his actual art. Because like some of the AI, it was like combining like real humans, and it was like messing up the style, like stylization of his coloring. Because like yeah, his coloring isn't perfect. Like the oil painting, like smeary-ish kind of stuff to it. I like that. I look at it for that. Stop! Don't take that away from me. Or like his pencil sketches, the way he does his shading. Guys, we've just drawn 4 lines this stream. Do I like them? Not at all, but that's okay. In fact, like a part of me wants to finish this as soon as possible Like Kavel, then just don't do it. But no, because like these things will help me become a better artist. I'm confident. I'm learning things, right? Um, but like once I start new masters, I'm speed running as fast. I'm doing everything, of course, with my highest effort and as slow as I need to. But I'm going to be rushing towards the figure drawing and creature design courses. Like it feels good to have that kind of goal in mind. Like I want to do that. I want to go in that direction. You're not gonna freaking stop me, dude. But yeah, so yay. This box is now intersecting this box. Is it correct? Don't ask me. So let's do another intersection with our 9 minutes left. Can you time lapse this VOD so it's just you rotating the page and hand gestures but fast? And it has the Germa Yoinky Spelunky music to it. Or like the penis music or whatever it's called. Yeah, oh my god, because I didn't draw anything. It's just gonna I'm gonna do that this coming weekend. That's gonna be. You're gonna have to remind me. I'll set a reminder on my phone or something. That's gonna be great, though. Great idea. W idea. Yeah, I haven't posted a video in a year, but I'll just post that to my YouTube channel and be like, guys, new lesson 3 videos out. Have a premiere for it, and it's just that. Oh my god, that'd be the fastest way to lose like favor with everybody. Is have like a YouTube premiere and be like, guys, I've been working on this video. And it's just that. Oh Christ. Okay, anyways. We're gonna have a sphere plane intersection here. Generally not the worst, but execution on these is very hard. It's gonna be a small circle because this plane does not intersect. The point of intersection, there exists no point of intersection between the center. No, the center of the sphere. That point does not intersect the plane. Therefore, it will not be a great circle. Not the 60-second countdown. I hate it. I hate that YouTube doesn't let you do your own countdowns. And it's like this cringy. Oh, actually, I'm not sure if you can set your own. You probably can actually. It's like this cringy new age like Cartoon Network ass looking thing. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I want a tray of peas. Those who know. I feel bad for the. It's probably like a department of like 10 people. No. 3 people who work on YouTube live stuff. Or maybe 10 people, but they're in like not development hell, but like they're not allowed to do anything without approval. Man, I need to watch that. The first time what was the game called? Pumpkin Patch or whatever? It was Caveman Films. I watched him play it first. And I remember he mentioned, he was like, that looks like an amoeba. And I was like, I don't know I'm a kid. I don't know what an amoeba is. And I looked it up. And dude, being a kid and looking up that there's brain eating parasites in water, that freaked me out. That ruined me for like a while. I wouldn't go in like pools. I was like hydrophobic for a while. Don't do that. Don't teach your kids about amoebas until like I don't know. Actually, well, yeah, teach them so they don't go into still water and like start drinking it. I love drinking still water. Oh, yeah, also this intersection doesn't have to be from this point to this point. It could be like right here if we wanted to. And then, just because we can, I'm going to do that. Did you get cartoons that had the PSAs about quicksand? I don't think so. But I do remember like being really scared of quicksand as a kid. Like more like it would be an actual problem that I'd have to deal with in my life. Like I remember that, but let's see. I was just trying to draw a circle that doesn't meet both ends of the sphere, but it should. Let's see. We're gonna do this however long it takes, and then we'll call it for the night, including like these planes on the side. What show? There was a show. Whenever I think about quicksand, I think of it. I think it was Kicking It. Did they have a quicksand episode? Maybe it was just Indiana Jones. Maybe I'm thinking about Indiana Jones. I remember some show where like they were just kind of stuck in the quicksand the entire time, and like it getting in their mouths, and that like really bothered me. But it could just be Indiana Jones, like Temple of Doom or whichever one it was. It was either Temple of Doom or the alien one that I forget the name of. Yeah, sand in mouth is something that I'm tasting right now, and I'm regretting thinking about it. Let's see. As the sphere moves away, the degree will decrease. Oh. Yeah. Wait, crunchy. No! It's not even crunchy. It's not even the good kind of crunchy, and you know that. Don't lie to yourself. It's the kind of like crunchy that's like when you're eating something soft and you don't expect it to. Ugh. No. It's not ooey gooey. I was so stupid. I didn't realize I could just move the ellipse up here. My bad. I attack streamer attacks viewer, verbally assaults viewer for liking eating sand. You know what? You do you. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. I've been waiting to use that phrase ever since I first heard Bear use it. There we go. Guys, eat as much sand as you want. Should you want to eat sand? No. I'm also worrying now about if I do an intersection here, but I could just do this, like this, or like this. Or like, yeah, we don't have much room, so it would be like, actually, yeah, if this is going into the box like this, and the box is going like that, where would the intersection be? We wouldn't see it, because it curves to that side. So I don't think there's a good way of doing an intersection right here. Unless the box is cutting into it, so it's going like this. And then like kind of like that. Like this. So we'll worry about that next stream, whenever next stream is. Yeah, once again, guys, I'm not sure if I'm streaming tomorrow. We have an exam on Tuesday. I guess. Sorry. You guys can take the exam with me if you want. Oh, I almost. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Yeah. I'm not impressed. On my way to bomb this exam. I don't know. I feel like. No, it is probably the hardest of this semester. It's poli-sci. And like. A lot of the exams, I feel like you could intuit, right? It's like, will more democratic countries reflect the interests of the people? Yes, right? But other one, like this is econ, and econ's very like unintuitive in some regards, where it's like, I don't know, for me, hearing that like, okay, the interest rate, the government jacks the interest rate up, so what's going to happen to the exchange rate? And like to me, I was like, oh well, people want to buy more American dollars, so like, but like, what if they don't? And it was like, no, the exchange rate will go up because supply and demand. And I'm like, oh frick, I don't know, like that's what. This is why I'm not a poli-sci major. Hmm. There will always be there's a great circle between this point and this point, or anywhere in here, but I don't think, or not a great circle, a small circle. Like finding the ellipse that goes here, it's actually not that hard, I just realized. What would drawing it to the silhouette do? Oh, well, we gotta commit now. That's a terrible feeling. Okay. Whatever. Cool. So we're gonna call it there, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you, Bear, Penguin. Well, welcome back, Penguin Claus. Great to see you. Good to scroll through chat. We had Rise, Blue Raz, our friend in the YouTube chat, random guy. Yes, Monkey. Thank you for joining, Monkey. Good to see you. I think that was everybody. Cool. Yeah. So I'm not sure if we're gonna be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna mark it as not streaming, but we may have a surprise visit, special guest, me. Yeah. Once again, sincerely thank you all, and I cannot wait to see you guys possibly tomorrow. Who knows? Bye for now.